Welcome everybody. Yep, you've got a almost full house clean. The kids now are pretty much in their rooms every time I'm home. So, well, I've surrendered the care of their rooms to them. It might not go so well. It might go perfectly well. I don't quite know yet, but it does mean now that cleaning videos might be just a little bit shorter for a while I re-establish myself in a different pattern, a different way of working, a different way of including stuff in these Friday cleans for you. It'll come together. I've literally been cleaning the same way for years, and now all of a sudden I'm not really doing the kids' rooms anymore. So yeah, it's going to take a while to adjust. So for a little while, the videos may get just a little bit shorter. I'm trying to keep them nice and long because I know most of you out there prefer the longer form content. And yeah, that's all I can say about that. Now, one of the good things that's coming up is Vlogoween. And in Vlogoween, I'm going to be doing a full, deep house clean and declutter and organisational. So it's all going to be one and the same. It's all going to be done in the same video. So that's going to be multiple videos. As I've said in the past, I was a little bit, do I do one long video? Or do I do a couple of shorter videos? Well, not short videos. These are still going to be mammoth cleaning videos. They're going to be huge cleaning videos. They are all going to get released on the same day though. So you will be able to watch one after the other, after the other, after the other. And I'm hoping if I can get them all done in time, they will be released on the 1st of October. So I am starting the clean a little bit early because there is so much to get done. And I mean a gargantuan amount of stuff that I have got listed off for myself to get done. So I have started a little bit early. So don't get confused if you see certain things in the videos and you're like, hang on a minute, that wasn't like that last week. Why is that like that now? It's because I've been doing the deep cleans and things have got moved around while I'm doing them. One of the things I am deep cleaning, and you will all be very, very happy to know, is the bed. So Dell's pillows are, well, as you can clearly see from the picture, a nice shade of beige. I don't know what else to call that colour, but it's ick. And obviously where you sweat at night, it just sort of builds up. And I know it's quite a common thing because I've been looking actually all over TikTok and other apps on how to get like the sweat stains and things out. And it's why like mattresses go yellow, pillows go yellow and all that sort of thing. It's just sort of like sweat stains and that sort of thing. But I did cave. I have bought some new bedding. We have a new duvet. We have new pillows. They are lovely jubbly. But what you're not going to see, because I didn't film it, because I'm just daft that way, is me putting it on the bed. So I will put it on the bed, but it's all still wrapped in its plastic wrapping. You won't actually see me make the bed with the new bedding until the deep clean. So while I did do it today, while I'm filming this video, you're not going to see it until October 1st. But yeah, we have brand new bedding. I can't wait actually to get round to redecorating this room, but that's going to be a long way off. A huge long way off. We are going to have to replaster the room because the plaster's blown in places. And I know taking the wallpaper off, it's all going to crumble and come down, and that's just going to make me cry. The skirting boards we tried to put back on did not go well. So I don't know whether the Housing Association will put them back on for us again or whether we're going to have to do that because obviously we took them off, so we're going to need to put them back on. I don't know. I don't quite know how that's going to happen. Now, the stain remover stuff I got, that we all saw in the other video was fantastic. But I thought I noticed a few little marks and stains, so I thought I'd give it a go with this Cif multi-purpose cleaner. It actually gets some of the surface stains out, but I wouldn't recommend doing the whole mattress in them. So I just sort of gave it a little trial. One of the things I will be trying to do for the October deep clean is aquavac in the mattress again. I've done this mattress now, 4 times, and every time it looks perfect while it's wet, then it dries, and you can still see some of the yellow staining. Now, I have been given a little recipe hint and tip thing for how to get those yellow stains out. So I will be giving that a go, and apparently it's like white vinegar, baking soda, a little bit of washing up liquid, and then you just sort of sprinkle that on the mattress and iron it. I think the iron sort of activates all the ingredients and it pulls the stains out. I really don't know. And even as I say it, I'm kind of hesitant to try it. I might just go back to Tesco and buy some more of that wonderful stain remover stuff, because it did a really good job last time. So what I might do is just get the stain remover stuff and then just use that only rather than use the aquavac, because when I use that aquavac, oh, sweet goodness, does it take its time to dry. And I mean serious time to dry. Like, I could do it at 9 o'clock in the morning and 12 hours later, the mattress will still be wet. And this time of year, obviously, we haven't got that glorious heat anymore to get any of it done. I could put the heating on, but that's going to cost us a small fortune and still won't guarantee the mattress will be dry or even stain free, because as I found, I've cleaned it like 3 or 4 times now and there's still the odd stain that will reappear once it dries out. So yeah, I might just cut my losses and not use the aquavac on it and just get like the spray stuff from Tesco or wherever and just sort of scrub it with that and then let that dry and then vacuum it off like it says to do on the packet, rather than aquavac it off, which it just seems more logical to me to do it that way. But like I say, this room is one I can't wait to get back on top of. I like the grey and the purple, but for some reason that paint just doesn't work. It gets marked so easily and it annoys me. I hate it. We've got loads of stuff to replace in here, like the shelving and the curtains and all that. But look, there's the new bedding. I told you I had some. There it is. I was going to film putting it on the bed. I just never did. By the time I'd washed all the bed linen and got it back up here ready to put back on the bed, we'd run out of daylight hours and I couldn't be bothered to set the camera back up again. So we just didn't film it. I know Alyssa is really unhappy with her room. She brought all this new stuff to go in her room and it won't fit. When I redid her room the first time, it was lovely. Everything fit. She was taking care of it. It was perfect. Then she started complaining that the wardrobe I got her was too small. It was a child's wardrobe. And to be fair, yes, it was. But then she is in a box room with a double bed. The only wardrobe that would fit was a child's wardrobe. So I switched it over for Craig's wardrobe. So now she's got a big wardrobe and Craig has the child's wardrobe. He has less clothes. He's not that bothered. But now, because she has a double bed and an adult-sized wardrobe in a tiny little box room, she's not got room for her bedside tables, which means she's got nowhere to put her bedside lamps. And now she's aggravated that nothing will fit in her room and she's just cross at it all. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to change. I've suggested several ways round of putting that room and she's like, no. And I can't fit it all in. I'm not a magician. I don't know how to make it fit. I have no idea how to sort it out for her. The only option realistically we've got is to kind of go back to how it was before with an open close rail. So her clothes would literally just be on a clothing rail open to the elements hanging back up where they were before. And then she could have bedside tables and she could have the rest of her stuff in her room. It'd just mean her clothes would be hanging beside her bed rather than in a wardrobe. But I don't think she likes that idea. So I really don't know. I don't know how to fix that, because you can't have a double bed in a box room that was always designed for children to have a single bed in there. It wasn't designed for a big bed. I don't know. honestly, any creative solutions for Alyssa's room would be much appreciated. I'm genuinely thinking on designing something and having it built for me. Maybe getting a carpenter. And like when you go in caravans, you see like everything all fits. And to be fair, a caravan bedroom is not really that much bigger or smaller than Alyssa's room. The biggest problem we've got is that stupid boiler that's in her room. It used to be smaller, so it didn't come out as far. And now, well, it comes halfway into her room, so she's lost a good, 3-4 inches of space. And I know it's not a lot, but at the end of the day, it's a lot when your room's a microscopic little box. Also, they moved her radiator. Oh, I wish I'd never let them do that. I should have said no, put it back where it was. I wish I'd never said they could move it. I don't even know if I can get a plumber in to move it for me. We've had so many problems with the heating system. I don't know if I want anyone else tinkering with it and changing things. If I had have got them to leave it where it was, then her wardrobe could have gone back where it was in front of the door for the boiler cupboard. Unfortunately, now her radiator's there and we've put a shelf up above the radiator. She can't have her wardrobe back there. And I think even if she did, now the boiler cupboard sticks out as far as it does, there would be no way for her to get in and out of her room. The only options I can come up with are getting her a sliding door wardrobe and sort of putting that up against one wall, because then she doesn't have to have the room to open the doors. And also getting her bedroom door to mount on a sliding system, so it slides across her wall rather than opens into her room, and try and just get space back that way. I don't know. But for a tiny little room, it's going to cost me a fortune to fix that. Craig's room's sound as £1. We don't need to worry about that. He does need new carpet. The whole house needs new carpet. I think I need like a massive lottery win or something, because this house is going to cost me a fortune to fix and put back together. The downstairs alone, the living room's going to cost me at least £1,000 to fix and sort and put back together, because we need new sofas. We need new laminate, we need new wallpaper, we need new curtains, and that's not counting like all the dressy bits like the pillows, the curtain tie backs, I want pelmets. Oh yes I do. Are they called pelmets? The boxy things that go above curtains that box in the curtain rails. I know they are so dated and old and you don't need them, you shouldn't have them. I want them, I don't care, I'm having them. This is my house and I want it 90s style. We're going back in time, my lovelies. Yes, we are. So downstairs is going to cost me at least £1,000, bare minimum of £1,000 to sort out. And at the moment, I'm losing hours at work all over the shop, But that's great because I get to film more content. However, less hours means less money. It's just a mess. I've got to find a fine balance between earning a nice chunk of change and filming content, because ultimately this is what I want to do. I want to film content. I want to do this as a career, and I do need to get the balance between working and content creating, because I can't be a content creator without filming content. So here I am, filming content. This room is another room that does my Swede in. Oh, does it make my brain hurt, right? I love this room. This used to be my favourite room in the house. It was decorated so pretty. The colours were complementary. It looked lovely. And then it started to get cluttered. And now, I mean, look at it. Just look at it. It looks like a jumble sale, for goodness sake. We've got mismatched this and that. We've got shelves that are full of just bits and bobs. I did originally get the shelves so Dell could have some of like his prize toy cars and collectibles out on display, and I could have my book collections out on display. But now they've just become like these dust magnets that they're not really lit up. They're kind of dark, hidden in the corner. Maybe the black shelves were the wrong colour to go for, but they kind of just hide in that corner. The whole theme in here was green and gold. Then we start getting the dark wood furniture and the dark shelves and the dark carpet. And it kind of became this mismatch of just ugh. We've now got the shoes in here, which, I mean, I prefer them. I don't want them all the way up the stairs. And first thing you come in is just these battered shoes, I didn't want that. We've got the locusts in here as well, which they annoy me. They don't look pretty. The tank just is there so the locusts have got somewhere to live and the Dubai cockroaches have got somewhere to live. Ironically, they're breeding. I can't breed the locusts, which are what the spiders actually eat, but the Dubai cockroaches are breeding like wildfire in their tank. I don't know. I don't want them there anymore. We are closing down the pond in the back garden. We're getting rid of the fish and the whole pond. I'm still very tempted to take the spiders to where we get the locusts and the Dubai roaches from, because he is like a reptile breeder and a reptile seller. He knows how to look after them. And I'm thinking on transferring their care to him so that they can get absolutely top-notch pucker care and I don't have to keep a tank of locusts. The fireplace is driving me absolutely wild because it's chipped and broken and we can't find replacement tiles of the right size, neither can the housing association in the right size or colour. So even if we did get it repaired, it would just be an odd repair. So that's something else I need to take care of. Just this whole room is a disaster of mess and mismatched furniture. So this one is going to get overhauled too. I put this carpet down actually. I laid it myself and within the week, I think, certainly within the month, we had a coal fire. We had some wood on there as well. And an ember pinged out of the fire, shot across the room and burnt a small hole in the carpet. I was so cross. Like everything I get that's new and pretty and gorgeous and goes good is instantly destroyed and wrecked. It's like a constant battle to keep things pretty. Like the hallway. Got it beautiful. Spent a fortune. Absolutely gorgeous she was. And then we got a dodgy tradesman that charged us a fortune and destroyed it behind us. So now I've got to pay again to keep that corrected. The dog has also decided to take to like itching his back, like rubbing himself on the walls either side of the stairs. And he lays on the floor at the bottom of the stairs. So there's now this sort of dog rub mark, like, oils from skin and pet hair oils and that sort of thing. It's left like these marks on the stairs and the walls. So I've got to clean that and touch up the paintwork and oh my good grief. It is a constant battle to keep everything looking pretty and nice and lovely. And I don't know if I've got the darn energy for it, even hoovering this floor. Took me, I think, half an hour, 45 minutes, because the dog hair gets so embedded. Even though I've got a pet hair shark, it doesn't get the pet hair out of the carpet that easily. We have taken to brushing the dog with a groomy tool every week, but even still, when he's shedding his coat, it's everywhere. So yeah, like I was saying about getting rid of the spiders and the fish, we need to reduce the amount of stuff we have to look after and care for, because it's overwhelming. I will not be getting any more pets for myself. Now, will the kids buy more pets with their money? I don't know. I can't stop them. Well, I can stop them. It's predominantly our home. But you know what I mean. If they choose to buy like a hamster or Craig wants a jumping spider, I can't really stop that. And to be fair, a jumping spider's not really a massive issue, is it? But hey, I can't stop them. But I will not be getting any more pets. I'm done with pets. I am done. I want to make sure everything has a home and it's clean and lovely. Anyway, moving on. This is like the next day. So I ran out of time to get the rest of the cleaning done. And I went to work. So that was my day off. I then went to work. This is the next morning, my next day off. I woke up at 3:30. Oh, 3:30. I grabbed a shirt that I thought was just going to be a t-shirt. Obviously, it's dark. Dell's still asleep. I couldn't just put the light on. I grabbed a t-shirt from the wardrobe, and it turns out it was one of my work shirts. It wasn't a t-shirt or anything like that. So, yep, I'm cleaning the next morning in a work t-shirt. When he wakes up, I'll go and put that back upstairs, and I'll get myself a clean top to wear. But for now, we mend and we make do. I'm going to get a good clean down here while he is still snoring in his bed. Although he didn't end up snoring in his bed for long. So I was up at 3:30. I think I finally started cleaning at about 4ish, just after 4. I can't remember the exact time I actually started cleaning. And he came downstairs for a cup of tea. Yeah, so I didn't get a lot of cleaning done before the house started to wake up. This is one of the things. I like to clean in the peace and quiet when no one is around. And the minute I start cleaning, everybody is around. Now, I love my family. I do. They drive me mad, but I love them. But even when I wake up at the crack of dawn, pre-crack of dawn, like middle of the night almost, crack of dawn, they wake up with me. And I'm not being loud. I'm not being, I creep around the house. If I put something on to watch, it's really, really low, or I use headphones. I do put the washer and dryer on, but that's in the kitchen, and the kitchen is like an extension to the actual house, so you can't hear it upstairs at all. The only ones that might be able to hear it are Alyssa and Craig, and I swear, those two could sleep through a rave. They really could. So they're not bothered by it too much. But every time, as soon as if I mop the floor, if I wait for them all to go out, they can all go out on a day trip somewhere, right? And I'll be like, right, I'm going to mop the floor first thing. I can let it dry before they come home. I will mop the floor, and the car will pull into the driveway, and one of them will be like, I forgot something in the kitchen. So they'll have to walk through the living room on my wet floor and walk through the kitchen on my wet floor. And I'm like, I don't like this anymore. I want to cry. Or if I put cleaner down the toilet, the minute I put cleaner down the toilet, one of them needs a toilet. Even if I'm like, does anybody need to go to the toilet before I put the cleaner down? No, we're all good. Cleaner goes down the toilet. 5 minutes later, I need a wee. Oh, for goodness sake. Okay, fine. Don't give the cleaner time to do its actual job. Fine. I'll do all the washing up. The kitchen will be spotless, and one of them will come downstairs to make something. Normally food, sometimes just a coffee, and they splatter coffee granules everywhere. But this is the problem we people have. Everyone moans at you. Why can't you keep your house clean? Why can't you keep your house clean? Because the minute it's clean, people come behind you, because this isn't a show home. This is a lived-in home. And people live here. The minute I've cleaned it, there are people still living behind the cleaning. So that's why it doesn't stay clean that long. Another reason it doesn't stay clean that long is because, the minute I start getting cleaning, I get distracted. So I've now picked up the remote. Big mistake. Big error. Huge. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to waddle back through here, and on goes Prime. Or YouTube, I can't remember what I put on, but either way, on goes something to watch or listen to. And I can't choose what I want, so we're just going to sway here for a bit, and then I make a bit of another mistake. I plonk my tush down on the sofa to pick something to watch, so it's going to get a bit slow, a bit boring for a minute while I figure out what on earth I want to watch. Alright, with entertainment selected, it is time to actually get on with some cleaning because I'm running out of time. Yep, I did have to reset up the camera because this is after Dale's been down for his cup of tea. So I've reset the camera. It's literally in the doorway. Or is that Dale coming down now? No. So the camera's literally in the doorway between the dining room and the living room. And of course, people need to walk through there. Despite it being before daybreak, people need to walk through there, and my camera's in the way. So I had to take it down and move it and reset it up again so people could walk through and then keep filming. I'm so tired. I don't know why my body woke me up at 3:30 this morning. Actually, yes, I do. I was stressed out. I'm always stressed. Stressed is just my default setting, along with anxiety. And, stress and anxiety. Really? maybe a bit of paranoia thrown in there is like a little spice, a little, what is it called? Seasoning, that's the word I'm looking for. A little bit of seasoning, a little bit of salt and pepper to my neurosis, a little bit of paranoia just added on in there. It's great fun living with paranoia, she says, steeped in sarcasm. It is not fun, not remotely fun. It's horrendous. I don't like it at all. Now, I know you guys like to see the kitchen cleans, but Dale's actually been really good lately, and he has been cleaning the kitchen for me. So when I come home from work, everything's clean. It's all shiny and done. It's ready to go. So you're probably not going to be seeing it again until it comes to deep clean, because, like I say, you guys have been on and on at me to have the family help more, to have the family do more towards helping look after the home. So, like I said earlier, I've kind of surrendered the care of the kids' rooms back to the kids until it becomes so awful I have to get in there and fix it anyway, because I can't stand the smell or the untidiness in there. But for now, I've surrendered the care of the room to the children. They have, well, I say children, they're 17 and 20. They're not children anymore. They're young adults. I've surrendered the care of their rooms to them, so I don't have to do that anymore. And like I said, Dale takes care of the kitchen, so I don't really have to worry about that. All I've got is our room, the bathroom, the hallway, living room and dining room, which isn't too horrendous. It still gives me some nice content to film for you guys. It means I can still keep on top of most of the housework and keep the main areas I use clean, because, at the end of the day, I use our bedroom. I use the bathroom, hallway, dining room. Well, the dining room I don't particularly use. The dining room I just kind of pass through. And obviously the living room. I definitely use the living room quite a fair bit. So yeah, it becomes one of my things to clean. Now, trying to get Woody on that other sofa so I could clean this sofa was a pain. He was just like, no, mummy, I want to help you and I'm going to help you by laying on the sofa. Woody, no. That doesn't help me. Those, just for your information, are not orbs flying about the place. That is, in fact, dust. Why it's so bad, I don't know, but it is. And I am going to get an air purifier, because obviously once I watch this back, I realised how much dust and pet dander and goodness knows what else is floating around in the air. So I am going to get an air purifier to help clear that. Also, I know they have been harvesting in the area. There's been a lot of ploughing and cultivating and whatever it is the farmer type people do in the fields around our home. So there is a lot of dust and debris in the air anyway. There's also around us a lot of people with solid fuel heating, so that's coal and wood style heating. So there's a lot of soot and dust just sort of floating around in the air naturally anyway. That, coupled with maybe bonfires that have been happening in the area, our own bonfire even, it just leads to a lot of dust. Country living is very dusty. You think the air's cleaner out here in the country, and actually it kind of ain't really. There's a lot of dust in it. There's a lot of pollen and that sort of jazz. And I know, obviously in the inner cities, you've got more car pollution, more petrol and diesel fumes to live with. But in the country, there's a lot of agricultural machinery that is also belching out loads of fumes and that sort of thing. And no one really thinks about that. You're living in the country, you're thinking, beautiful clean air, open fields and trees, and yeah, it is. But there's still a lot of pollution, and there's still a lot of dust and dirt and muck that flies about the shop. In fact, it may even be more so, because when they start harvesting, have you seen the dust that flies out of a combine harvester? There's a lot, and coal makes obviously quite a lot of dust in the air and soot. So that's all floating about and landing on your windowsills and stuff like that. So it is very much still a very, very dusty environment. And you add normal people dust and dog dust and that sort of thing into the environment. Why am I freezing there? Something's occurring. Don't know what, never mind, I've moved on, so weren't that important. Add all that in, and yeah, it really is quite a dusty environment. So I think a nice big air purifier should really take care of that. Although that little orb that just floated in, that didn't really look like a dust particle, did it? The way it sort of shot in and shot out of screen. I think one of them might have been a fly. I know there is a fly in here. So one of those whizzing past the screen may well indeed be a tiny little fly. It was irritating me last night before we went to bed, and it was up and about, quite active once I put the light on. Again this morning. I'll usher it out at some point during the day. I'll get rid of it. But yeah, one of those orbs could well be a little fly. Now, if we could just go back to talking about the deep clean for a minute. In the deep clean, I've got to clean these sofas, and I want to get as much of the dog hair out of them as I can. But it is truly, truly embedded. And it's that horrible fibre that it's really hard to get the dog hair out of. So if you've got any hints or tips on how to get dog hair out of, like the under sofa fabric, you know, like what the sofa cushions sit on, the actual sofa. It's got that black bobbly sort of fabric and the hair gets embedded in there. If you've got any hints and tips how to get it out of there, I would love to hear them. Now, I have tried using a wet marigold and rubbing the furniture. That gets some of them out, but not a lot. I have got a rubber broom, like a little handheld brush, and a proper broom. And I have tried that both wet and dry, and neither of those work properly. I have tried the carpet scraper tool that I've got. That didn't work very well. I have just tried hoovering it like until I've got every hair out. But like to do a square inch takes forever. It feels like hours. It's probably only about half an hour. But it feels like hours. And I feel like no matter what I try, I'm not going to get the hairs out of this flaming sofa. Now, something else I tried. A lint roller and duct tape wrapped around my hand to try and get it out. And it still wasn't having any of it. So, I mean, the sofas alone could be a day's project to get cleaned for this October deep clean. I'm starting to think that maybe I should have started a lot sooner in the year, or maybe a week off of work wasn't quite enough. I should have probably taken the entire darn month. I don't know. Either way, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get through it as quick as I possibly can. And I want it all done before October. I really do, because then I'm going to put my decorations up once it's done. Yeah, I love Halloween. I love autumn, but I've not put any of the decorations up yet because I've still got so much to sort out. I've got the sand in Nova's catio to sort out because that keeps getting walked through the house. That's annoying. If you ever had a beach in your living room, you know how annoying it is to walk through your living room with bare feet, feeling sand and grit stuck to them all day, every day. Oh, it is intolerable. I hate it. So that needs to go. And I will be getting on with that later on today, hopefully, because I can't stand it anymore. I can't be dealing with it. One thing I am dealing with, though, on a regular basis is the laundry. I still do let it get a bit on top of me. But even today, I'm washing, drying and hanging it straight up, ready to go upstairs. Will it go upstairs straight away? Probably not. I have to moan at the kids for days, if not weeks, before they'll take it upstairs. And then actually what I normally do is just say to Del, can you just have a word and get him to take it up? For some reason, Daddy asks once and the kids are like, oh yeah, of course. Mummy asks and, well, literally I have to lose my stack before they will do it. In fact, even now losing my stack doesn't help anymore. I have to just ask Del. They won't, if I ask them, they won't do it. So I'll just get Del to do it for me. And, he gets them to take it upstairs for me. So, yeah, look at me being good. Straight out the dryer, fold it the right way round, and hang it up ready to go upstairs. I'm being a good girl. Now, if I can just get back on track with doing the washing up every night before we go to bed. But in all honesty, by the time I've got home from work, had dinner, I just don't want to go sleep. I don't want to do the washing up. I'm thinking once we get a smaller cooker that I can just buy a dishwasher. They are useless for us though. We've had several in the past and they never clean the plates properly. So what I'm thinking is we'll get one and then I'll get it on insurance. So if it breaks, we can get it fixed. But everyone will just have to rinse their plates before they go in the dishwasher to make sure it gets cleaned properly. And then I won't have to do them ever again. They can just go straight in the dishwasher. Because what we used to do, and I think that was the biggest problem, is the plates would get left on the side overnight and then we'd come down in the morning, pop the plates into the dishwasher and expect the dishwasher to be some sort of miracle machine and get everything off, and it didn't. Even like the platinum dishwasher tablets, it was like, gets on, baked off grease and grime, and I'm like, really? It can't deal with like 8-hour-old plates, but it does baked on grease and grime? I don't think so, do you? So yeah, everyone rinses their plates off and we should be golden, and I'll never have to do the washing up, drying up ever again. I'll have to put away, but that'll be fine. So this is the last part of your video for now. Like I said, these are going to be a little bit shorter while I re-establish a cleaning routine without the kitchen and the kids' rooms on top of them. I'm going to fill the dog's treat ball up. He loves this little treat ball. He's such a good boy, is a Woody. He's a good boy. He loves his treat ball. You fill it up with these little tiny kibbles and he just nudges it around with his nose and gets his little treats. Keeps him entertained for hours. He's got loads of toys. Actually, when we started draining the pond, we found a load of his toys in the bottom of the pond. I wonder where they're gone. I'm also going to give him a quick spray while I've got him with flea repellent shampoo. This time of year, well, any time of year really, you have to be on top of them, don't you? So he gets regularly defleed, dewormed, but he's also got his flea repellent spray that we give him a spritz with. You can see his little pink brush in there as well. That whole cupboard is a Woody cupboard. He's got his treats when we leave the house, because if you leave the house without giving Woody a treat, he gets sad and he cries. He's fine once you shut the door and actually left, but you can't leave the house. Like, you can't actually get up, walk to the door, walk through the door without him crying. As soon as you shut the door, he just swans off to wherever he wants to lay and he goes and lays down. He's absolutely fine. He's not got separation anxiety. When we had the other two, when we had Cassie and Buzz, Cassie used to cry every time we left the house. And she became annoying. So one of the dog trainers we had said, well, just give her a treat every time you leave the house. That'll keep her entertained, as she won't cry when you leave the house. So we did that. Well, unfortunately, Woody has now learned that when we leave, it's something to be excited about. So he gets all excited and he gets all like, when we leave the house. Yes, that was my impression of Woody. So we now can't leave the house without giving him a treat. So every single time we leave, he has to have a treat. We can't have builders over without having to give them a treat every time one of the builders comes or goes, which is really irritating when they're in and out umpteen times during a visit. But yeah, he's got loads of treats in there, loads of toys. He is a happy, happy boy. So, oh no, I've still got to sweep the floor yet. Oh, the joys. I can't wait to replace this lino with new carpet. Oh, people have said, why don't you get a rug just to cover the holes? And I'm like, because the holes stretch from one end to the other end. I don't need a rug, I need a carpet. A rug would cover some of the damage, sure, but it wouldn't cover the worst of the damage. And every day the lino gets more and more ripped. It drives me wild. I need a new carpet, but I think carpet alone in here is going to cost like £60 to £80 just for the carpet. Then you've got the underlay. Then we need the gripper rods and door bars. Plus I kind of would like someone to fit it, because at the end of the day, I've tried fitting carpet myself and it peels up around the sides. It just looks awful. I would rather have a professional put it in for me. Plus I haven't got time in the day to bother with it. So you're looking about £100, £200 to put a new carpet in here. And really, do I want to put a new carpet down before I've got the paint and the new sofas to go in here? Not really. So it's going to be something that will wait for another day. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye for now, my lovelies.